We've never been in your shoes, but we're playing the game of life. We'll chase away all your blues with a laugh and a ghost of your strife. Never have I ever, never have I ever, starts now.
Okie doke.
No, you okie doke.
No.
This is episode 28.
Yes.
Jesus, that could have just been like a thumbs up, not a bottoms up. Do you need to clean out your throat?
No, I just cleaned it out. Didn't you hear?
Gross. That's like when they do that ejection thing on like ships to get like all the bad water out of the pipes.
No, I've never seen that happen before.
Really?
Really?
Or like a whale who does the like.
Oh, like a blowhole?
Yeah, ships do that. Like submarines do that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you learned something new today.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 28 of the Never Have I Ever show. Tom, we're getting close to 30.
We are.
Does that
Almost there.
Does that mean we have to get married and start seriously considering having kids?
No.
Good.
I mean, I want to, if you want to, but
We
don't have to.
We were having this conversation the other day that we are very lucky to not have kids.
Were we?
Maybe it was me and Garrett.
I think it was you and
Definitely
Garrett.
me and Garrett.
I don't remember this.
Anyways, this is a podcast where we take your questions and problems from the deep, dark depths of the internet and try to assign some value of positivity to your everyday life. I'm Tim.
I'm Tom.
And you can send your emails or questions to neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. I check it fairly regularly, and I'll pop in a question if one should arise there. But other than that, I think I've pulled them all from Reddit or Yahoo Answers, and some of them range from the absurd relationships to actually serious problems. Like what happens when you find out your mom is a cam girl.
Have we done that at?
I'm pretty sure.
Probably.
Something like that.
Sounds familiar.
And of course, at the end of the show, we dive into the real world of real news, where Tom is trying to figure out what I made up while pooping.
That should be the headline of it.
What Tim made up while pooping?
Yes.
It's a very long headline. And the acronym wouldn't help.
Poop headlines.
Poop lines.
Poop lines.
Poop lines. Whose poop is it anyways? Any Houdini the Blowfish Tom.
That'd be the worst guessing game show. They show you a picture of a shit and you have to guess what it is or who it came from.
No, but it's a sciencey show. What you do is you like break it down based on what everybody had for dinner like 2 nights before.
Yeah, but I mean like it's one of those ones where for like a nature camp thing. Like I remember at nature camp we would learn what different animals' scat looked like. But that was useful. It's like, oh, okay.
Don't
like,
ever start that conversation with Troutman.
A deer was nearby. No, why not?
He knows so much about animal scat.
That's scary.
Anyways, Tom, question number 1.
This
is a heavy hitter. I actually saved it from our last show.
Okay.
My boyfriend is in the National Guard. When we first started dating, he told me his plan was to get out of the military as soon as he possibly could. This was good for me because I've never really wanted to date someone in the military because of deployments, danger, explaining to our future children, etc. In the last couple of months, he decided he wanted to further his military career and stay in for at least 12 to 15 more years.
Whoa.
I'm not thrilled about this, and I've really been struggling with being supportive. His military career is by no means his main source of income. He has a great job and is on a path to great things with his current job. The military may be slightly helpful to his current job later on, but I'm having trouble seeing what it's worth in the long run. Of course, I don't want to give him any sort of ultimatum, but I kind of feel like I was misled, especially since he knew my feelings on the issue from the very beginning. How do I do better to be more supportive? I'm worried about it really putting a wedge in our relationship, which is great, aside from this one thing.
Except for this one thing that pretty much encapsulates its whole life.
No, it's not his main job.
Yeah, but like...
It's like a supplementary.
It's a very big part of his life, though, is the military.
Yeah, but it's like one of the few options where like all of a sudden somebody's like, I don't support this troop. It's like, wow, it's kind of selfish. I think joining the military is one of the most selfless things you can do.
I think so as well.
But isn't she kind of right to be upset because she's like, it was kind of assumed that he would be done. Like, I think it's what, a 4-year.
I mean,
term?
that's kind of why I'm like, I was a little hesitant or whatever in my answer just now. You know, it's like,
Since when do you have a spine or a
like,
nervous
it
side
is.
of it?
It's selfless for him to be in the military, but also like, I don't think she's being selfish necessarily for wanting this relationship.
I'm fairly certain, like in the military, like the longer you stay in, the more you get paid. So if it's like a side job, maybe he's thinking about kids and, you know, college and their health plan, because they have a pretty good health plan until you're not in the military anymore, and then it's shitty. It's like the worst fucking plan.
Oh man, how long have they been dating?
Enough. I don't know. The email's closed. Give me a second. No idea.
Okay, doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
I'm gonna guess like just like a year or so, maybe. Cap it off at a year. Like that. We're serious, but like you could probably still break up and it'd be okay.
You can always break up and it'll still be okay.
It's just how long after the breakup will it be okay?
True. I think it's right to be nervous about those aspects because she mentions them, like deployment dangers, being away from family if they choose to have that. But it's not like he's running around being like a rock star or like not home to not be home.
Yeah.
It's like it's a legitimate job.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like he's doing a good thing. And there are so many people who like that is their lives. Right now is dealing with those situations. It's just kind of like, I'm better than that. I don't want that.
I don't think so much. Well, I don't think she has the I'm better than that attitude. I think that it's just she likes this guy for his personality, but there's this huge part about him that she doesn't like, and I think it'd be okay if she broke up with him. Because like it'd be like you have a specific type or like whatever, and you think like, all right, I'm super into girls who are sporty or girls who are into music or whatever. And then you start dating someone and you're like, you start dating a girl who's not so much into music and whatever. And it's like, you still like her, but there's sort of this big like wedge or whatever. I can't, that was bad. I can't think how to organize my thoughts at the moment.
It's a bit like
there's a character flaw that, or not character flaw, but there's just,
he's in the military. What a character flaw.
but it's just
He helps
something.
children.
Yeah. It's just, he's got this thing that you're not into and you don't seem to appreciate it, which is fine. So
I don't know. It's a bit like dating an athlete. Like that's just kind of part of how their life is structured.
right. And it's like, maybe you're not super into athletes. Maybe you shouldn't date one.
I think the big important thing that like we really haven't touched on was like, it wasn't just her thing that said like 12 or I mean, after this term or whatever, he was going to be done. Like it, from the way she was written it sounds very much like that was assumed like across the board. Like he was also like, hey, you know, maybe this was it. And then I go back to like normal life. But obviously something changed along the way that had pushed him towards thinking of the long term.
Which is also totally fine.
Exactly. Because like thoughts evolve over time.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, if he's doing it, he's obviously not doing it like in his mind. He's like, you know what? 12 to 15 more years of just skipping out a couple months a year on this bitch. He's not thinking like that. Obviously, he has some kind of positive ulterior motive.
Yeah.
And at this point, like, I can kind of see her side, but it's very fucking selfish.
I don't think it is.
I think it's selfish. Because it's like, I don't know, would you ever date somebody in the military?
I would. But
what if you knew that, say, he or she was going to be overseas for a long period of time? Like, say, 18-month deployment.
Man, I don't think so.
What if you've been dating for like 2 years and then she's like, I gotta go, or he's like, I gotta go for 18 months?
I mean, maybe at that point, but I think like I could date someone who is a former military person or someone who is now in like a reserves type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think I could do that. I'd be very curious though if I could, like, because I have this image of military people as being very regimented, very follow orders very well and stuff, and
and they can give orders, if you know what I'm saying.
I'm wondering how our opinions would differ on certain topics and issues or whatever.
Yeah, but on the same token, like, it comes across as very needy in, like, her regard of just thinking it's like, oh, well, he's going to be away. It's going to be this. It's going to be that. And it's like, that's cool. But, like, how do you deal with relationships when you can't see that person for a long period of time?
Good question.
No, I mean, like, we've both been in that situation before where we haven't necessarily been able to see the person that we're dating as much as we'd like to.
Mm-hmm.
But it's all about kind of how you handle it. For me, like, okay, I'm relatively needy to a point in a relationship. Like, I like being around that person. That's obviously why I'm dating that person. But, like, my periods of being single have been, like, so long term that I'm kind of used to being able to function on my own.
Right.
Especially if I have that trust that while they're not here, that everything is normal and fine and healthy in the relationship. So I don't know. I feel like I would be fine with that.
I don't think I would be. Like, distance for me doesn't work. It's not that I love being independent, and I hate when other people are like too needy for me, but just not being able to see the person for like 18 months, as you said, that's way too long. Like, I could not do that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not like like we said, it's not like it's a bad reason why he's gone.
It doesn't matter what the reason is.
You're so
The
selfish.
bottom line is that, like, I'm not going to be seeing them forever.
Fair enough. So what do you think the advice for this person is?
Break up.
God, you're always so, like, the first one to break up.
It doesn't sound like it's going to work. It sounds like you just have different, not necessarily values, but different opinions, and it sounds like it's going to be really tough for you to be in this relationship. So why not just break up? It's going to suck. You're going to be single for a while, and then, you know, find someone else. But in the end, you're going to find someone else who you click with, who isn't in the military, you know?
Right. I think if you truly love him, you suck it up, because it's not like this was his intention from the start, was to bamboozle or make it appear like it was one thing and then the other.
Yeah, it's not her fault. It's not your fault. It's just a parting of ways.
Yeah. Ready for question number 2? I like this question.
Okay. Yeah, that one was definitely a heavy hitter. We need something more upbeat.
So my girlfriend and I planned a 2-week-long vacation, and we're just going to go by ourselves.
Okay.
A couple days ago, she asked if her friend and her friend's boyfriend could come with us on the vacation. I told her that was fine because in the long run, it would be cheaper. You know, more people, less cost per thing. Anyways, yesterday, she asked if during the vacation, I would be okay with doing a threesome with her and her friend.
Ooh.
I immediately thought something was up, but felt out the situation. I even asked if she meant that she would have a threesome with her friend and her friend's boyfriend, but she said no, she's not interested in the other guy. Just both girls and me. How can I pull this off on vacation without the other boyfriend finding out?
Oh, no. He's like, how can I pull this off? I'm like, what do you mean pull it off? You're in. There's nothing you need to do. Like,
I mean, is it too late in the situation to tell the friend's boyfriend that he's not allowed to go on vacation?
oh, sorry, Jerry. You got to stay home and clean the dishes because Elaine and my girlfriend are all going to fuck without you.
Are you just naming Seinfeld characters?
I forgot Jerry.
Elaine.
I forgot Jerry was a Seinfeld character.
Jeez.
He's the title character.
He is.
I was thinking Jerry from Rick and Morty, and then I couldn't remember Beth's name.
So you said Elaine from Seinfeld. This is tricky.
Oh, man.
Because, like, that's
is
tough. It's very, yes. How do you set up this situation where you're, like, telling the other boyfriend, it's like, hey, man,
okay,
Go find something to do.
So you don't tell him. What you do is you go to the internet, as you do, and you find a realistic sex doll that looks sort of like his girlfriend. And then at a certain point you make the swap where like it's nighttime, they've gone to bed, but like he's gone to the bathroom to poop or whatever. She crawls into bed, or he thinks that she's crawled into bed, but really you stuck a sex doll of her in the bed, covered it up with sheets. He just kind of assumes it's her, because it's an expensive one off the internet. It feels realistic and it has all the holes, so maybe even he fucks it, whatever, who knows. Or maybe he just curls up next to it. He's none the wiser. He goes straight to bed. And then, meanwhile, you and the two girls bang.
Okay. The date and switch, get it? Seems like an okay possibility. The other one would be like her saying she needs to go for a walk or something like late at night, and then she just like goes out of the room and then goes immediately into the room next door. But like, how would you feel if you were like the other boyfriend and you happen to find out that you went on this vacation, meanwhile your girlfriend is banging?
Oh, terrible. I would not want to be that guy in this. Like that, I feel like that guy should know.
Like, yeah, like see if he's into it, and it sucks that like your girlfriend isn't necessarily into him, so that like you can't even do like a trade out where it's like tonight we'll have a threesome with me, and then tonight we'll have a threesome for you guys.
Yeah, it's only fair. I wouldn't, oh man, because I wouldn't want my girlfriend to have a threesome with someone else if I'm not there. I also don't know if I'd want to have a threesome with my girlfriend.
What? You want to have a threesome with like just strangers?
Not necessarily strangers, but like friends, but not like anyone I'm dating. No.
But okay, so
at least none that would be interested.
So you're thinking like a friends with benefits, something that's not serious, unlike one of her friends,
right? Because like you always hear how like threesomes, there's a lot of jealousy generated from them and whatever, or it's just like I don't know, stuff like that starts to happen. I wouldn't want that, I just wouldn't want any of the drama that I perceive would come from it.
You see, my biggest hang up on this is the fact that not so much that it would be my girlfriend. I would be totally down with that. If like I was dating a girl and she's like, hey, want to bring in another girl? I'd be like, cool. But like the second I find out that other girl has a boyfriend, and it's like not something he is aware of, all of a sudden that takes all the fun out of like my side of it, because it's no longer like a stress-free, let's have fun and experiment situation. It's like you're all of a sudden paranoid that he's going to come busting down the door with an axe and just say, here's Johnny. And he just tosses condoms through the slits in the door that he made with an axe.
And he's actually pretty cool with it.
Yeah, he's just like, you know what, man? I'm a big fan of watching, so this is just great for me.
He has a Sony Handycam.
A 4K Handycam.
He's making a voyeur film.
Gross. I mean, maybe that could work.
Maybe that's what he's into. Maybe that's what he's getting out of this.
As
a voyeur film or something. Maybe he's going to be in the closet.
Now, spinning that on the end, would you be down for that?
Be down for
having sex with your girlfriend, a guy's girlfriend, while the boyfriend watches?
I think so. Yeah. I think be okay with that.
You would be watched having sex? You're cool with that?
I think so.
You say you think so? Like, oops, I've said too much and now I can't backtrack. Like, I've had sex with other people in the room, but like on accident.
But like, no one's watching you.
They definitely woke up.
I'd probably be really turned on by it. I honestly would. It'd be like life.
Is it a position of power for you? Because you're just like, hey, guy with nothing on his dick. Look what's on my dick. It's your girlfriend.
I think it'd be a little bit of that and a little bit of like, oh man, this is like live porn and I'm the porn star.
That's what it's like when I masturbate. I'm just like, I'm the porn star.
I don't think I'd want to be, I don't know. It'd probably be weird if I was the guy watching at first, but then maybe I'd get into it. But I'd so much rather be the guy fucking than the guy watching.
Would you watch your girlfriend get banged
No.
by another couple?
That I wouldn't do. I would
Okay.
definitely not be okay with that.
So the jealousy meter like takes over.
Yeah, like
See,
I would.
That's the thing I'm afraid of. What if you were the boyfriend, the other boyfriend?
The one who's not having sex?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that kills my boner.
What kills my boner is like if he doesn't know, I feel like I'm actively cheating. And I've never cheated knowing it. Like I don't think I've ever cheated on someone, or maybe
What?
like I've never been the other, maybe I have been the other guy, but like never known that I was the other guy.
Oh, I thought you meant like, I don't think I've ever cheated on somebody.
Like as
You mean
soon as
you're not sure if you've been the cheatee,
right, like
or
as
the catalyst.
yeah, like as soon as somebody says that they have a boyfriend, I'm just immediately out. I'm like, all right, cool, you're off limits. That's totally fine. Not gonna flirt with you. And then like, I think if she were to flirt with me, I'd just be like, I don't feel okay with this because I don't want to be the guy to like your relationship's gonna end at that point anyway.
Right.
If she's trying to cheat with you, but like I don't want to be the guy that is the cause of it or like hurts that other guy.
Right.
It's like after I did, I was like, I want to like put my hand on the guy's shoulder and be like, "Hey man, can I buy you a drink? Sorry about that."
I think I have, but I didn't know about it until like way after.
Right, and that's the thing. Like if I don't know about it, it's ignorant bliss. But
Right.
if I know about it, I'm just like so not into
I
it.
feel so shitty for like 24 hours.
Yeah.
And like you don't contact the other person because you're just like, you put me in a really awkward position right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think if the situation I'm thinking of, like I assumed they had broken up
Gotcha.
and that like
Yeah.
never came up in conversation. And then all of a sudden, like a couple days later, she was like, "Oh yeah, and then my boyfriend's coming back up." And I'm
And
like,
you're like, what?
Pump the brakes, cool your pies, cool your pies."
Cool your pies.
316. We need to calm down with this. Sorry, that's a Tom Sibley joke. Cool the pies. But I'm just like that. Oh boy, it's a very shitty and awkward situation. So I'd say bang at your own risk,
Mm-hmm.
but be prepared to get punched out by dude man.
I would talk to your girlfriend, try to feel out like, does this guy know? Like, is he okay with this? All of that jazz.
What happens if he is okay with it? What happens if he's like,
then go
"Honey-"
for it. Then fuck it, go for it. But just like I would want to know going into it, does he know? Is he out of the dark? If you're fine with him being out in the dark about it, then that's fine. But personally, I wouldn't want to be. Yeah, I've never been in that situation though.
No, neither have I.
And I've
But-
never been in the military, so I've never been in situation number one.
So you mean we're actually living up to the name of the goddamn show?
That's what I'm trying to say. Yes.
So that was a really heavy question, followed by a really lighthearted question.
Is this going to be a middle of the road question?
I'm looking at a few. I'm just trying to see what's around here. Yeah, let's keep that fuck train going.
Okay.
So recently I found out that my boyfriend about a week ago had been at a party and he had been drunkenly dancing on another girl. After the dancing, they started kissing and had to be broken up by two of our friends. I wasn't there, I was sick, whatever. He blames the alcohol and the fact that he had a final earlier in that day that he was just stressed out and forgot. However, I don't see that as a viable excuse for what went down. He also waited a week to tell me. I'm really at a loss for what to do at this point. Is this considered cheating? Should I break up with him? I don't think it would be easy to repair the trust if I decided to let this one slide. What do you think?
Well, let me pose this question to you. Is she overreacting?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Nope.
Okay.
Let me flip that back on you. Is she overreacting?
I think a little bit.
Do tell.
So I think I'm just sort of getting context clues here. So they're obviously in college. They're probably like high teens, low 20s.
Okay.
And all he was doing was dancing.
Okay.
So in the like scale of cheating, I wouldn't consider this cheating.
But they made out.
Oh, they made out?
Didn't I say that? They were dancing and then kissing and then They had to be pulled apart by friends.
Oh, I thought they were just dancing.
No.
Oh, that changes everything. Then yeah, she's not overreacting.
Because here's the thing. I like to look at situations like this on like a teeter-totter of like, if one side isn't allowed to do it, then the other side isn't allowed to do it. Like, just for instance, like if I'm in a relationship with a girl, obviously if I go out to like a bar or a nightclub, I shouldn't be having girls grinding their butts on my dick.
Right.
And vice versa, if she goes to the bar, she shouldn't be having her butt grinding on by dicks. Like, there's obviously situations where it's unavoidable, usually on the women's side, just because guys are complete pigs and fucking assholes.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, they get it to stop. Like, they leave or tell them no or something like that. But, like, the second you, engage in that, like, or reciprocate that kind of physical interaction, or even escalate it, like he said, to like, or like the question was about making out, done.
Yeah, I get my thing with like the dancing was like, okay, it depends on how they're dancing. Like if they're just dancing together, it's whatever. Grinding, the more suggestive. But I mean, I've seen friends grind on each other before and still like just be friends,
But,
you know?
Yeah.
So it's like one of those, it depends on who it was and whatever.
Yeah, but like friends grinding on each other is like one instance. Like grinding on a stranger is something completely different.
Yeah.
Let alone escalating that
to making out. Oh, yeah.
That somebody just doesn't care about the fact he's in a relationship. The other thing that I want to address is the fact that the guy like said, oh, alcohol was involved. Not an excuse.
Yeah.
Nothing you do when drunk is alcohol's fault.
But it's funny, like
it's still your fault.
When you're 18, you think it's a good excuse.
Right. You're just like, oh, the alcohol made me do it. It's like alcohol is not an excuse
but
to be
then
a shitty person.
Yeah, you grow up and you realize like, oh, it wasn't the alcohol, that was me.
The things you did while on alcohol is still like your fault. It's still your responsibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody, especially the government, wouldn't be like, oh, you were drunk, you're bad.
Yeah, here's a pass.
Yeah, that's like not how that fucking thing works.
Yeah, exactly.
So same instance like applies here. Like, okay, being drunk, totally still his fault. 2, blaming it on a test or something like that early in the day that stressed him out. It's
man.
Like, I've been stressed
also,
too.
like, the test is already gone. After a test is done, I'm over it. I don't give a fuck about it anymore. I'm not thinking about it. I'm done.
I'll still think about it.
I'll think about it for like a second. And then I'm moved on. I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Nothing I can do now. Gonna drink to forget about it.
And then grind on some girl for no reason.
And make out. What up?
What up? I guess. like, still, he's a shitty person. Get a new boyfriend.
Yeah. Like if the test was the next day, I could
What's he doing out drinking before?
De-stressing, brah.
He doesn't care about his education either. He should be nose deep in a book.
Instead of nose deep in pussy.
But also, it took him a week to let her know.
Oh, that means he's really guilty. Like he feels guilty about it.
Not to mention, like, not even the friends said anything about that. Like, if you saw some dude like grinding on a girl and you knew he had a girlfriend, like, would you wait to tell them, or would you be like, oh, he's got to figure it out himself?
Maybe I have been in this situation. I've been in a situation similar to that where like I've seen like this girl that I knew was dating this guy, and she seemed to be like extra flirty with this one dude, like at a bar one night, and I was like noticing it, but like no one seemed to be like stopping or like caring or anything. I was like, all right. And then the next day I asked one of our mutual friends, like, hey, so I kind of noticed this out last night. Like, did you notice that too? Or am I just being like paranoid or whatever? Because I'm trying to like give the benefit of the doubt. I'm thinking like, all right, maybe I'm overanalyzing things. Like I'm guilty of doing that sometimes. But that person was like, yeah, there's definitely shit going on. I'm like, okay, so it's not just me. But then I like left it up to that person to tell the boyfriend or whatever, because it's like it the one point it's like it's sort of not my place, but
it's still like not a good situation to be in.
no, it's not.
And he's an asshole. Get a better boyfriend.
Yeah,
'Cause
break up.
Yeah, break up. Just
Also, you're in college. Fucking break up. Suck all the dicks you want. You'll be free.
have you seen you've seen Clerks, right?
No.
My girlfriend sucked 27 dicks in a row. Because the guy's just having a conversation based on how like what their number is.
Right.
And he just found out like she had sucked a lot of dicks before they started. Anyways, next question. Okay. Basically, this is both our first relationship, and it's been going on for about 7 months now.
Okay, congratulations. Everyone has to start somewhere.
She's going to be moving in 3 months,
Oh, sucks.
and I have no idea what to do. I want to
Break up.
I would be happy to go with her wherever she moves, but to me, that means we're both of us going to be living together if that's the case. She, however, doesn't feel like she is ready for that kind of step and would want me to find my own place. I'm a very touchy-feely guy, and I can't see long distance working. At the same time, I just can't see moving to a city for someone just to live on my own as if I moved there for work or something. I don't think either one of us is right or wrong, really. I can't change the way she feels about me not moving in, but I also can't change how I feel about moving for someone if I can't live with them. What do?
What do? Break up. I'm just going to keep the train rolling.
Keep the hate train rolling.
Yeah, keep the solo dolo train going.
Make relationships great again. Stop with the distance. Build a border around your relationship.
Build a border around your heart and never let anyone in.
Okay, Ted Cruz, calm down.
Why is that Ted Cruz?
Because he's emotionless. He's the Zodiac killer.
Yeah, but Trump. All right, so
In
it's
fact,
like
that's
Trump
been-
and Cruz doing the fusion.
That's been
That's-
extended now. The fact that he's not the Zodiac killer, he's every serial killer ever. So he's also Ed Gein and H.H. Holmes at the same time.
Oh man, he's immortal then. If he's
Yeah.
H.H. Holmes.
Yeah, he's been running for president since 1972. And
Damn.
he would eat the blowfish.
Anyway,
So you're saying just flat out break up?
like I understand.
What's the threshold, though? What's the threshold for time dating before you'd move for somebody? And don't say never.
It's not so much a timeline, but it's also, I think it's more, where are we in our lives, sort of a question.
Okay.
Like, let's say it's the future. I'm 30, dating a girl who's like 32, because I like older women.
So do I. Check my search history.
I don't need to. Anyway, so I'm dating this girl who's like 32. I'm 30 at this point. We've been dating for probably like, let's put it like half a year. I guess we'll keep it like sort of a similar timeline. And she's moving for a new job, and it's like, should I move with her? I probably would, because in that stage, like anyone that I'm dating, I'm pretty serious about. Like, even though it's only 6 months in this fake timeline, I'm still like more serious about it than like a person I was dating for a year when I was 18 or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I'm starting to imagine an actual future, and not just like oh yeah, this is going to be our future together. Like no, I'm actually seriously considering this at this point. So I'd probably move with them, but I'd also want to be like moving in with them. I don't
Right.
think
You wouldn't move and then live separately.
Yeah, that'd
which is
be
kind of this guy's like.
yeah,
confusion.
and that's part. So that's part of it. If it were like me at age 22, maybe I would, but it'd be like probably not a good idea.
Mhm.
You know, it'd be like moving out of a puppy dog love sort of a thing, which is kind of what it sounds like with this. Like this is your first relationship, so it's very much a puppy dog love. Like everything's just brand new and fresh, and you love it all, and because you don't have any other experience, you don't know anything else. So you probably would, but not for as good a reason.
The weird thing, like they've been dating 7 months,
right?
And like in his mind, he's like, I totally move for that,
right?
And I've been thinking a lot lately about people who make really fast movements in relationships. And I'll use this as an example. Somebody that I'm Facebook friends with had posted something about they had just moved to a new state, I guess for love or something to that effect. And she had posted an, oh my God, I can't believe it's been a year since we started dating. And then like I'm reading it and I'm just half-ass reading it like we all probably do when we see those posts. Because let's be honest, I don't give a fuck about anybody else's Facebook
Too
posts.
long, did not read.
No, that if they put any words on Facebook, it's too long, did not read. Because I don't care about your little whatever, your relationship or anniversary or anything. But anyways, I'm reading it and it just goes, our 1-year anniversary, and I call you my fiance. I'm just like, wow. I could not imagine going from 0 to 100 that quick.
But how old are they?
Our age.
Yeah, see, that's my thing. Like, I don't mind people getting engaged in under a year. My dad proposed to my mom after dating for like 9 months. But again, they were like late 20s, early 30s. Far different points in their lives than 24 and 25-year-olds. Or like I know someone who got engaged to his fiance after dating her for 3 months. And they were younger than we are right now. Like they were 23, I think it was, like 23, 24.
That's so fucking dumb.
Right? It's crazy. They're doing okay. Like they're married. They're fine. Like they're not, it's not like they got divorced after a year or whatever. They're actually expecting a kid, which is awesome for them. But but it's just like, wow, I can't believe you did that.
Like,
glad it worked out.
I don't even know anybody in my life that I would want to get engaged to, let alone like all of a sudden meet a fucking stranger, obviously through a dating application, and get engaged in like a year. That's so dumb. I like pick a shirt that I'm like, this is going to be my new favorite shirt. And then 3 months later, I'm like, I don't want this. I could not imagine making that kind of choice, but
I can't imagine making that choice right now.
I think I'm going to side with you though on this.
Break up?
Yeah, because like if she's not in the mindset of thinking that you two should live together, then it's not worth moving somewhere else for. Because if she's not comfortable with you moving in, then that's a bigger sign of the relationship and where she is.
Well, I don't, because like it's fine to not be ready to move in.
Right, but if he's going to move all the way there for her.
But yeah, that's the big thing, because then it's like, what, not that they are, it's sort of, it might be a self-fulfilling prophecy to ask like, what if we break up? What happens? And then you do. But it's like a serious consideration. What if we break up? Now I'm living in this city that I didn't even want to fucking move to. But maybe you could find a silver lining. Like maybe you move down there, you live separate, you're still dating, you think this city is dope, you find out all the cool things to do there, and then you break up, but then you're still like, you know what? New Orleans is awesome. Like this city is great. I'm so happy I moved here. It might have been because of this girl, but you know what? I'm going to stick around with it. Like this is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. But
that could happen. But on the other hand, it might not. You might fucking hate
there,
it.
They could break up, and then you feel alienated and alone and scared by the city.
It'd be like if I moved to New York City
again
for a girl, and then we broke up, and then I was like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, but you just don't like New York City because you don't like colored people.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Put words in my mouth. I lived in a very Polish neighborhood.
You did. Very Russian as well.
Yeah.
I definitely enjoyed that.
That was a cool neighborhood. I did like that.
I like that there was like that shop that was still selling camcorders and VCRs. That was obviously a front for something else.
Yeah.
It's like nobody's buying that.
Like, who's buying a fucking VCR now?
Nobody's buying a fucking JVC VCR camcorder combo.
I think I went in there once for an HDMI cable and bought one there.
That's so lame. So weird.
It was so close. It's not like there's a Walmart nearby that
Very
like
true.
didn't exist down there.
There's a closer IKEA than there is a Walmart in
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
Even the IKEA was far away from me.
I would totally just go to IKEA. I feel like we've said this before, but we need an IKEA. There's one in Toronto, and there's one in Pittsburgh, and there's one in Ohio, and I'm going to keep saying it until you put it on our calendar of things that we're going to do as a house.
Why do we want to visit IKEA?
A, meatballs. B, it's like a child or an adult's play set.
I have an IKEA bed frame.
So?
I got it off Craigslist. You don't need to go to IKEA to get an IKEA thing.
No, but you can't get the experience of IKEA off Craigslist, Tom. You know what you get on Craigslist? You get dead. You get dead real fucking quick.
Anyway.
God. So break up.
Yeah.
This isn't working.
Or like it's probably not going to work. Like he said, probably can't do the distance. And it's weird not to move in with her if you're moving to a city for her. It's fine that she's not okay with moving in right now, but that just kind of means that, you know what, maybe this isn't going to work out, which is fine. You're in the puppy stage of relationships. Eventually you'll get to be an old grumpy ass dog and you won't want to have any, and then you'll die. Next question.
I think we're going to move on to the speed round.
Okay, yeah.
You just depress that straight the fuck down.
Nobody exists on purpose. Everybody's gonna die.
You don't need to find the one. You need to find one. That's it. I just made your life so much easier.
Yo, that's really good. That falls in line with a former guest on this show, B-Rye, the big dog B-Rye.
John Cena.
I don't remember what episode he was on. Go back in the catalog and find it. It was a great episode. But he's expressed to me that one of his feelings is like, there is no like the one.
Absolutely
like,
not.
Statistically, there are just so many people, and he's not going to meet everyone. Like, what if the one is like in India? Never going to fucking go there and find that person. The odds of finding that person are crazy.
He got that from, I think, either John Mulaney or Tommy Johnigan. Because I remember that exact...
Johnigan sounds like a name you just made up.
Tommy Johnigan?
Yeah.
I don't know if the first name is correct, but his last name is definitely Johnigan. He's very funny. One of his other jokes was, my little sister got knocked up. Whatever. She was 16. Whatever. It wasn't me. Whatever. But she's like, I got knocked up, so now I have to marry him. And I go, no, you don't. You don't. Okay, that's like saying, oh, I spilled apple juice. Now I got to burn the house down. It's like, be rational, please.
Yeah.
You don't have to. There's plenty of happy single moms. Anyway, so you ready for our favorite area of the show?
Yeah, let's prove how
lines?
dumb I am.
The poop lines?
Yeah.
So for those of you who are new to the show, every week I pull 5 headlines from the wide world web. 4 of them are real. 1 of them I made up while pooping. And Tom has to try and figure out which one I made up. Are you ready to play?
What would Tim think about while taking a shit?
I'll tell you what I wasn't thinking about.
Bet my ass is really dirty. Fuck, I can't wait to clean that up.
Number 1.
I hope I have a flawless victory.
Number 1. Pennsylvania man's bank bomb turns out to be duct tape and sex toys.
Elaborate. Good on you. I mean, bad on you for robbing a bank, but good on you for being, first of all, ingenuitive. Second of all, not having any weapons that would actually kill anyone.
Just getting their C4 inside of it so people just get like impaled by dildos.
C4 inside of it.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Fist fight over last order of chicken nuggets closed to Philly McDonald's.
I feel like I saw that headline.
Number 3. Scuba diver sucked into nuclear power plant.
What?
because they use the water intake.
Right. Okay. At first, I was like, how is their nuke plant under the water?
They put nuclear subs under the water.
Yeah, but that's like a sub. That's a moving thing.
Man detained trying to smuggle lobsters from Australia in his luggage.
Oh, man, this is great. I wish I could see that scene.
Or number 5, dog crashes semi-truck into a tree.
Wait, dog? The bounty hunter?
No.
Oh,
Dog isn't.
as an airbud.
Yeah. Except this wasn't a touchdown.
Now he's dead, bud.
So we'll go through that one more time. Pennsylvania man's bank bomb turns out to be duct tape and sex toys. Number 2, fist fight over the last order of chicken nuggets closed at Philly McDonald's. 3, a scuba diver sucked into a nuclear power plant. Number 4, man detained for trying to smuggle lobsters in his luggage from Australia. Or number 5, a dog crashes semi-truck into a tree.
You know, I think it's 1 or 4, but when you first read it, my intuition was 4, so I'm going to stick with my instinct. I'm going to say number 4, Lobster Man.
Tom, you think that a man was not detained for trying to smuggle lobsters from Australia?
I don't think that happened.
And you are naive. Because that definitely happened this week.
Damn it.
Also this week, a dog did crash a semi-truck into a tree. A scuba diver was sucked into a nuclear power plant. And a Pennsylvania man's bank bomb did turn out to be duct tape and sex toys.
All right, I would have been wrong either way then.
So, as far as I know, a fist fight over the last order of chicken nuggets didn't close the Philly McDonald's.
Then how did I think I saw that headline?
I don't know. Maybe I planted the seed 3 days ago and I was pooping. You don't know when I made this list.
You planted a poop seed?
Poop seeds.
Poop seed in my ear.
It's like when somebody just mentions milk. That's a poop seed. Any hootie in the blowfish. Tom, do you think we helped some people today?
Not as much as last week, but I still think...
Not as much as last week.
Last week I gave real advice, like told someone to go see counseling.
Yeah,
that's the most real I've ever been on this show.
Yeah, and then this week you're like, create an elaborate sex doll and replace it in bed while he's not paying attention and then bang his girlfriend.
It could work. Anything could happen.
It could. It probably won't. You're probably going to get stabbed and we're going to have another Amanda Knox story.
I don't know who that is.
Google it.
Okay, I won't.
So I feel like we helped some people.
Okay, as long as you do.
I feel like you learned a little bit of weird stuff that now you need to Google just to make sure some of this stuff did happen.
Now, like, did I dream about that McNugget thing?
I don't know, man.
Do I dream of McNuggets?
It really wouldn't surprise me.
Do robots dream of electric sheep?
No, they see circuits bouncing like those little like light bulbs where you see inside the little twisty thing. They watch the arc go across that.
It was a literary joke.
I was taking it a step further.
I know.
Anyways, if you'd like to send us questions that you would like to have us answer on the show, send them to neverhaveievershow@gmail.com. Check us out at neverhaveievershow.tumblr.com, at Twitter at twitter.com/NHIE show, or on the Facebook or YouTube. I'm Tim.
I'm Tom.
And until next week, keep those fingers in the air.